Imagine a place of perfect harmony, a world without suffering, without sickness, without death. This was the Garden of Eden, the first home of humanity, created by God. In this garden lived the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. God had given them everything they needed and a simple yet profound instruction. They could eat from any tree in the garden except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Eating from this tree would bring about their death. But in the garden, there was another presence, a serpent, described as more cunning than any wild animal. He approached Eve with a question, planting the first seed of doubt. Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Eve corrected him, explaining God's command. But the serpent was persistent. He challenged God's very word. You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. The serpent's words were a poison, and they worked. Eve saw the fruit was beautiful to look at, good for food, and desirable for gaining wisdom. She took a bite, and then she gave some to Adam, and he ate too. In that single act of disobedience, everything changed. Their eyes were opened, but not to the wisdom they were promised. Instead, they saw their own vulnerability, their own shame. They hid from God in the garden, something they had never done before. Adam, where are you? God called out to them, not because he didn't know where they were, but because he was giving them a chance to confess. When they finally emerged, they blamed each other. Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. Because of their choice, there were consequences. The perfect harmony was broken. God told the serpent he would be cursed. To the woman, he said childbirth would be painful, and her husband would rule over her. And to the man, he said the ground itself would be cursed, and he would have to toil and sweat to grow food. But the greatest consequence of all was their separation from God. Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden to a world now filled with hardship and death. This story, the fall of man, is more than just a tale about a garden and a serpent. It's the origin story of our broken world. It explains why we feel shame, why we suffer, and why we are separated from our Creator. It is the beginning of humanity's long and difficult journey, a journey filled with both consequences and, ultimately, a promise of redemption.